What's up, everyone in Summit County? This is Up in Summit, a show about what's happening across Summit County from Breck, Frisco, Dillon, Silverthorne, Keystone, Copper, and even Blue River and Heaney. My name's Shiro. I'm a longtime Colorado transplant, but I like the new word. I'm a naturalized Coloradan. I've been here for a long time. I'm a ski bum, mountain biker, and digital marketer.
And I'm Ariel. I'm a born and raised local business owner. Shout out to Everything Colorado and community member.
Sweet. And what you can expect on the show. So each episode we'll have a conversation about some discussion topic that has to relate with living in the mountains. We'll cover some upcoming events, and then we'll also talk about some business headlines because we all care about small businesses here in Summit County.
So whether you're a local, visit often, or passing through, this show is for people who care about mountain life. And if you have a tip, event, or an idea, send us a message.
Yep, we really want some feedback, so let us know if you have a pressing event too. We'd love to add it to our next episode. So yeah, just local vibes. I mean, we just got a decent storm up in Summit County. Nothing crazy, but it's good to see the snow back on the mountains. And I feel like the mood of skiing is back in the air. It made me think, what is the best ski resort in Summit County? So we do have a few, right? 4 specifically. Wait, 5. Does Loveland count?
It's not in Summit technically,
So-
but I think we've kind of adopted them.
Okay, so there's 4. Yeah, so what do you think is the best ski resort, Ariel?
I think that it depends what you want out of a ski resort. I think they all kind of have different personalities and feed to different people and groups. So I kind of have parsed them up in my head that way. I think if I had to go, if you forced me, I would say Aprés is number 1, Copper number 2, Breck 3, Keystone 4. What about you?
I'm going to go with Copper as the number 1 overall, especially this year because Abe has almost nothing open that I like to ski. It does, but it's pretty sketchy. But yeah, I would pick Copper. And yeah, Abe's in at a close second, Breck and Keystone last.
Yeah, it's hard because this year, A-Basin's having a tough year. So it always depends. Actually, when people come into the shop and ask me, what's the best resort? I always say there's two things that I choose. So snow quality, so whoever got the best snow or has the best snow, and parking. So
Yeah.
for me, personally, if I'm going to be actually honest, Copper is my favorite. But that's because I have a shop in Copper. So it's kind of feels like my mountain. And I like being there when there's a bunch going on. It's and I have parking.
Yeah, shout out to Copper Mountain Mercantile. That's the shop Ariel owns.
Center Village.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Copper is number 1 for me because I still ski terrain park, which is super fun, and Copper easily has the best terrain park. I would argue Breckenridge and Keystone, if you saw their terrain parks 10 years ago, I would argue they don't have a terrain park at all anymore, but they do still have some
I mean, Keystone
features.
just posted that they have A51 open today.
Yeah, they do have some features, and if you've ever visited other small resorts in other places, they do have a park, but yeah, I mean, Copper takes it for me. I think there's still a good vibe there. That's a lot of Denver folks, not just out-of-towners. It has a great combination of, I think, family skiing, some good, more bold terrain, steeper terrain, and then also has a terrain park, obviously. So
Yeah. And I think Copper, I think it is great for everybody. I think Breck is honestly great for kind of the opera scene, going out or
Yep.
staying in Breck. There's so much to do. So yeah, we don't want to hate on Breck so much. When you're there, it's awesome, but it can be really busy. But I think if you have big groups, Breck can be great because they have so many businesses and so many restaurants. I guess that has nothing to do with the mountain. The mountain of Breck is phenomenal. It's just
Yeah.
everything else that comes with it.
Yeah, I mean, I did ask what is the best ski resort, so that's kind of your own interpretation. Breck hands down has the best scene. Obviously, the most people live there, has the most housing. A lot of people now, I think, stay in Breckenridge and go to Copper because Copper's gotten pretty good recognition, I think, over the last 5 years. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and Keystone, I like the trees at Keystone on a pow day. I think Keystone's more family friendly, which they've been gearing towards for many, many years. So it is great for that aspect. I mean, Copper even has Green Acres, which is a much cheaper ticket for people that are learning. And then you can do the whole mountain later on in the week if you kind of feel like you've mastered the bunny hill, which I do like that as well. And then A Basin's just the local vibe. It's like where all the really hardcore skiers ski on a powder day. Their food is really good, which I love. And they just have like that authentic ski area vibe versus ski resort. But also Copper, like if you're an out of towner or you're coming and staying up here, you park your car and you're like good to go, which is great because everything's like kind of ski in, ski out. You're on the mountain basically, so it's so nice, especially for families or groups, because you don't have to like always be making decisions together, whereas like in Breck you're going to be driving, you're going to be parking, and like there's just that can be really exhausting.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, you kind of touched on this a little bit. So you talked about the après scene. I'm sure everyone knows who, if you know anything about skiing now, like the après ski culture has, I feel like, really blown up. I actually looked at the Google trend. So if you are curious, at least online, how often things get searched over time, I looked up après and it has increased. So like, I think it was in 2020, year of COVID, the interest level was like at 35%. And then this winter already, this interest rate is over 75, close to 100%. So it's definitely a term that gets searched more on Google, which means you could say that it's more popular now, right? And so I think it's pretty safe to say it's something that's gained popularity recently, right?
I think there's something we need to discuss before we even get into this. How to pronounce it.
Après?
Yeah.
Did I say après?
Yeah. And I've heard people say après and après. So it's après. The S is silent. The A is a soft A. So call me pretentious.
Après.
Thank you.
It's funny. I'll usually say après, but I think because I have it written out in this document and there's an S at the end, I've been saying the S.
Yeah, I was like, what
really
is going
weird.
on?
Okay, I'll correct you on when next time you say something wrong.
It's not for you. It's because I've had a lot of people ask me. And if you're wearing it and it says après, you should just know how to say it.
Okay, that's fair. Après. Okay, so my last point was that I looked on Google and data shows that it's definitely gaining popularity. It's more popular than it was a few years ago or a few winters ago. Do you think après culture is good for skiing and snowboarding? Thoughts?
I mean, après has always been a part of skiing and snowboarding. I think it just depends on what do you mean? Is it good for skiing? Is it good for business? Is it good for the culture? Is it good for what? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, okay. In general, is it good for ski culture? And then we can narrow it down to business, to local community.
I mean, I love
for skiing
après
as a sport.
I love après. I think that I can't do it every time I go skiing because I just wouldn't be able to go skiing that often because, there's drinking involved. But I like a good après with a DJ and dancing. I think it's great.
Okay.
What about you?
I mean, yes, I think in general it's good for the sport because, I don't know, there's just new energy around it, right? Like, I think sports always have to figure out ways to, regain popularity again. And a sport is an industry in itself.
Do you think après is changing?
Wait, let me finish my point. So yeah, I think it's good. If it's going to get more people into the sport, that's good. I think that's a net benefit. I do think that if you're just here to après, I don't like that part of the culture. I think there's a brand out there called Half Days. It's a kind of bougie outerwear brand branded towards women who ski half the day and then they go have après. That's good, but also I feel like the whole purpose of skiing is then turned into the drinking and the champagne, which I don't think is good. I think après culture where you've had a great day skiing and you're giving yourself a little celebratory treat at the end, maybe a few treats, is great. But if you're doing it just to do the après, we're adults. We shouldn't do something that you hate just so that you can get a drink at the end. I don't like that part of the après culture. Half Days, I don't not like the brand because it's amazing marketing and I think it does appeal to a lot of people. But I feel like that culture in itself is slightly counterintuitive to ski culture as a whole.
Interesting. So, you think that someone shouldn't come on a ski trip if they can't ski?
I mean, they should want to learn how to ski. It's fine if it's the first 5 times, maybe, but if you only go just because of the après culture, I think that's a little...
Is it kind of like going to Mexico just to drink? I mean, it's not... That kind of gets back into the accessibility question of everyone's going on a trip and like you're not invited because you don't know how to ski.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people go on ski vacation, call it a ski vacation. They don't call it a drinking vacation. This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't like to travel like everyone else does. I hate staying in resort towns in Mexico and stuff. I think you don't get to experience culture. You don't get to experience local food. You eat pizza and pasta and hang out with a bunch of Americans. Like for me, that's not traveling, you know? And so like if you're going to call, like this is just my opinion, right? Like you can do this yourself. But if you're going to call a ski trip, you should go with the intention of skiing. Like that's fine.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me. I feel like I don't think people should be discluded because they can't ski, but I think some people in the group need to be skiing, and I think it's totally fine to go meet up with your friends for après, even if you're not on the mountain. But I think like in a whole group coming on a ski vacation and just doing après, I don't know if that actually happens, but that might be a little weird. But I mean, a party's party, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I do know it does happen in Longhorns in Whistler. People line up. They drive up like from Seattle and they'll line up at like 10 a.m. just to party. But I mean, partying on the mountain is super fun, but it's way more fun if you ski first. But also, like, I don't really want people that like don't really want to ski on the mountain if they would rather just be at the bar.
See, that's where I'm getting at. And like, I love a good party. Back to my original point, I think it's a net benefit, but I don't think you should go on a ski trip, literally called a ski or snowboard trip, to just do après because it's no longer a ski trip. And so like I think it's good as long
there
as
needs to be some skiing.
It's paired with you wanting to learn or try, you know, do something because it's really that much better with it combined.
Or I don't think that you necessarily even have to ski. Like go snowshoeing.
Yeah.
Or go on a winter hike, snowmobiling. Something like get outside and like it needs to be après, you know, after, not the main event.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I feel like I'm a little bit out of practice, but maybe we can name some of our favorite après spots at each of the 4 mountains. Maybe we'll start with Copper.
Yes. I mean, Copper doesn't do a great job of letting everyone know when the après is happening because I feel like it's sometimes I'll go out on weekends. I'm like, whoa, like this music is really good and it's popping off. And then other weekends, it's just kind of like chill. So obviously like Downhill Dukes is great. And a lot of times they have concerts at the base. So I feel like those are good après spots in Copper. I have yet to après at the Airy, which seems like the best après spot. Someone needs to let me know if they're actually doing anything there because it's a beautiful deck and I've never been on it.
Yeah, Downhill Dukes does kind of pop off, but I feel like once the sun sets, it's a little cold there.
Yeah.
But it's great before that. And I think Sawmill and 10 Mile are equally as good.
And like Eagle Barbecue.
Yeah, Eagles, again, Eagle and Downhill I think are my favorite for when it's like nice out. Once the sun sets, like Sawmill and 10 Mile for sure.
I mean, low-key, like the best après spot after Copper is Outer Range.
Yeah, so Frisco's really kind of the spot for après if you've been at Breckenridge or Copper and you're down in Denver and you need a commute. It's amazing because you kind of get on the road, but you get a little snack on the way home. Or the Orb, the Outer Range is really the spot. I think it has really good energy. It is just a brewery though, so if you're looking for cocktails, it won't have that, but usually it's
Sometimes
packed.
they have Aperol Spritz.
True. Yeah, and it's just packed and sometimes there's
fun.
events going on.
And they have like a sauna ice bath combo there, which is really fun. They have just different areas. It's very vibey. We love Outer Range, especially after Copper. That's kind of a great spot to go.
Yeah, it's really easy. Kind of also hidden is Ein Prost, or just Prosit is what we call it, but kind of a sneaky spot too. They have a bunch of Bavarian beers.
Beer garden, yeah.
Yep, beer garden style. It's low-key, order at the counter. Another really chill spot, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some great options in Frisco.
Yeah.
What about Breck?
Breck, well, obviously the T-Bar, which is like, they've made that really fun. And that's where all the people can go that didn't ski. Because it's a party. Like, they have DJs, there's space. Honestly, that's where you should go if you're here for the après. Also, Breck has, like, RMU, which is great. That's on Main Street. They have a rooftop now, so we love them.
I second both of those. Are really good options. I feel like Ollie's is pretty fun, too. And it's now moved locations into the dredge. So you're kind of on this, like, boat in a tiny man-made pond. But it's got a good vibe, too, so definitely recommend that. There's a ton of choices, right? You can't go wrong with a lot. Breck definitely has the best post skiing, make sure you go skiing or snowboarding or snowshoeing
Yeah.
activities for sure.
Yeah. Also, in Dylan, Saved by the Wine, she has been putting on some après, which is fun because it's nice to come back over to this side of the county and be a little bit closer to home. So we've been trying to support those because they're actually really fun. And A Basin, I think like if you're operating at A Basin, you just go to Sixth Alley.
Sixth Alley, for sure. Their bloodies are really good.
And Keystone, their après spot, the spot is closing. Dos Locos.
Yeah,
So,
do we have a date on that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Dos Locos, which has been a staple of Keystone, but also just Summit County for
Forever.
a long time, longer than I've been here. I remember going there when I first moved here, just 16 years ago after skiing at Keystone, and broke college student. Amazing happy hour deals. It's sad to see it go, but this is part of life. Well, I think we got most of the après spots. Do you have any event updates for us, Ariel?
Yeah, so it is spring break in the mountains, which means that there's a lot going on. There is live music all around. There's a ton going on. I'm going to cover some of it, but there's a lot more. So bear with me. A Basin has some moonlight dinners where you ride the chairlift up and have dinner at their Midway Lodge on March 7th and April 4th. And again at A Basin on March 8th, there's International Women's Day. And Smartwool is presenting an event. They're putting on uphill and breakfast or downhill and après. This is a great gathering for local women in our community. So they're going to have a lot of women-owned businesses there, including Venture Birds, Boot Tan Fest, The Cycle Effect, and more. So honestly, the females and femmes in our community are really great. So if you want to connect with people in that community, this is a great way to meet them and just kind of introduce yourself to all the women in our community. I love it. Copper, there are open mic nights at Nowhere Pizza on Sundays from 7 to 10 p.m. So you just got to show up and have the balls to get on stage. And in Frisco, we have some music coming. So Goldfish is playing at 10 Mile Music Hall on Friday, February 27th. And Closey is playing at 10 Mile on March 6th and March 7th. So Friday and Saturday. We definitely want to go to that. And as always in Frisco, wax nights, free waxing is every Tuesday night from 5 to 8 p.m. put on by Snow for Life. Breck is having Toyota's Big Mountain Challenge, March 6th and 8th. It's a free ride comp on mountain races, but they also have a DJ on the base of Peak 8, and there's a festival zone. So that is going to be really cool. They have après every Friday and Saturday at the T-Bar, and Maggie Music Series are every Saturday until the last weekend of March from 3 to 6 p.m. and that one's more family friendly. In Silverthorne, we have First Friday coming up on the first Friday of March, and they're kind of figuring out what to do with it because this is historically when they do the rail jam, but due to low tide snow conditions, they're gonna do something else, which is really sad. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually all the events I have for the first week of March.
Yeah, I'm excited for Goldfish and Closey. Do you have any other business updates for us?
Yeah. Okay, so the lake loops in Dillon are closed for the season, and they also weren't able to open because of the warm weather and the fact that the lake froze at the end of January. So no lake loops this year, but hopefully next year they'll be back because they're super fun. And getting excited for summer because it feels like spring. Dillon amphitheater shows are starting to be released, so it's time to clock in and get your tickets for the summer because that is the highlight of summer up here.
Well, thanks again for joining, everyone. We're really trying to crack our first 10 episodes, so if you have any feedback on how the format is, if we're missing any events, just please shoot us a DM because we love to really help the community with some hot takes. But yeah, we're really here for Summit, so let us know. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks for joining.